And she finds out that you're gone. You won't be able to hug the ones that love you while they're waiting to wake up from the nightmare that has become their reality. You won't be at your grandparents' funeral speaking about the good things they did in their life. Instead, they'll be at yours. You won't find your purpose in life, the love of your life, get married or raise a family. You won't celebrate another Christmas, Easter, or birthday. You won't turn another year older. You'll never see the places you've always dreamed of seeing. You will not allow yourself the opportunity to get help. This will be the last sunset you see. You'll never see the sky change from bright blue to purples, pinks, oranges, and yellows, meshing together over the landscape again. If the light has left your eyes and all you see is the darkness, know that it can better. Let yourself get better. This is what you will miss if you leave the world today. This is who will care about you when you are gone. You can change lives, but I hope it's not at the expense of yours. We care. People care. Don't let today be the end. You don't have to live forever sad. You can be happy. It's not wrong to ask for help. Thank you for staying. Thank you for fighting. There's more, but it's just her kind of opinion. In the household, when you're becoming of age, everyone's having the talks about the birds and the bees. I think that suicide needs to also be talked about with your children. Every family needs to hold their loved ones a little bit closer from now on. I don't know how to end it.
As difficult as it's been both to deal with everything over the last week, the what ifs, the could haves, the should haves, the didn'ts, writing an obituary followed by a eulogy. I will apologize, this is largely going to be the same address that I delivered at 10 o'clock this morning. Let me just say, once again, thank you everyone for being here today, for being here over the last week. The support that you've shown us has truly shown what a tremendous impact that Tristan has had on the lives of so many people. His sphere of influence has greatly expanded beyond anything we ever could have known. And it is an absolute tragedy that only in his death did we actually realize that. Tristan was indeed what I, and I believe many people would consider to be a very bright light in what can be an often very dark world. This was a boy that, as you can see from the pictures, it's difficult to find one where he's not smiling, and that's raw, unedited footage. That's the person Tristan was. He adored his entire family. He looked up so much to his older brother, Chris. His sisters, yes, he would pick on here and there, but it was all in good fun. Tristan was a man who, for 18 years, to the best of my recollection, and I have what's been said be a fairly good memory, I cannot recall a single instance or a single event that transpired where he said an unkind word about any other person. I wish the same could be said for me. Tristan did in fact have an infectious smile and a laugh that would light up any room he walked in, irrespective of the size. His hugs were absolutely genuine. When Tristan hugged you, you felt the love, the warmth, the true feeling that he actually cared about what he was doing, not merely going through the motions. He was indeed that rare person that made this world a better place. A world that's been fundamentally altered. A world that each and every day we try to understand how we still fit in a world without Tristan. As parents, we've always striven to do our best, to act as mentors, to train, to teach, to instill the proper values, to make sure our children are respectful, were honorable, brave, courageous. At some point, we became the pupils, and Tristan the master. Tristan was not content merely to observe or participate in life. He was active in everything that he did, everything he undertook, whether it be within the community, helping around the house, or just taking the time to help a complete stranger do something, or passing a complete stranger and actually genuinely ask them how they were feeling, if there was something he could do to make their day better. If only we, and I include myself in this, could lead our lives in such a fashion, being more giving rather than taking, being more selfless than selfish, then this world truly would be a much different and a much better place. How many times do we focus on the small details, rushing to get somewhere? You may drive by a friend's house and think, well, I spend an extra few minutes to stop and see how they're doing when our lives continue on around us. That was not the person Tristan was. And that going forward is not the person I'm going to be. In all sincerity, my son was leaps and bounds a better man than I could ever hope to be. Knowing his death and his passing, I do have a newfound zeal and a desire to be that better person. Each of you, all of you here today, are a witness and are a true testament to everything that Tristan stood for, everything that he was, and everything that he was going to be. I can tell you this, while my heart and our heart still aches, and every breath that we take tears every fiber of our beings, we press on, not because we want to, but because we have to. We will not let our son die in vain. My son paid the price of my wickedness, and though his death be tragic, it represents a turning point in me. I will strive to look at the bigger picture and to make a net positive effect on our world each and every day. I will strive to listen to and consider others, realizing that each of us has hopes, dreams, desires, and demons which we face on a daily basis. we are getting involved. We are creating a nonprofit whose short-term goal will merely be to save one soul, one family, from the all-consuming pain that surrounds the tragedy of a life lost due to grief and a temporary position of despair and hopelessness. Longer term, my wife and I plan to fully immerse ourselves in this cause and to use data heuristics, artificial intelligence, to develop data points and identifiers that can be used to identify at-risk individuals, especially those who fall outside the traditional parameters. Those high-performing individuals who have never known failure and when faced with the prospect therein, believe there are no viable options available to them. Most of you knew Tristan, or at least now know the impact Tristan has had. If a beautiful soul such as Tristan, who wore a seemingly perpetual smile and was always elevating others, could succumb to such feelings, then we need to take the hard look. We need to go beyond the traditional models to gain a better understanding of the challenges that people in our modern world face on a daily basis. As we celebrate the life of Tristan, everything he was, everything we hoped he would be, I, for one, as a parent, along with all my other children, couldn't wait to see the things that that boy was going to do. It was going to be amazing, and in his honor and his memory, we hope that it will be. Seeing and feeling the tremendous outpouring of support, we realize with absolute and unfettered certainty that Tristan far surpassed any guidance or advice or tutelage we may ever have provided him. I hope you'll all remember his smile, his great love of life, his love of others, the fact that he was gracious, humble, and polite. We realize that we will never be the same people we were before Tristan left us. But in his memory, we will forge ahead, committing ourselves to trying to prevent these senseless tragedies. We therefore ask that you please have a talk with your loved ones, friends, relatives, acquaintances, even that stranger on the street. Take the time out of your day, the few seconds it might cost you, perhaps a minute, to ask how they're doing, and to ask with the genuineness that Tristan would have shown, waiting to hear the response, and willing to provide feedback and assistance. One simple, kind word, the flash of a smile as you pass by someone, a warm embrace, these things could be the catalyst that helps someone who's facing their demons and allows them to push onward and to realize that the pain and despair they feel is only temporary and should not and cannot be rectified with a permanent, irreversible decision. We do now and forever will love our beloved son, brother, Tristan. So too do we know that the loss here is not merely for us. This is a shared loss across the community, across the world. again, His presence, I firmly believe, made all of this a better place to be in. Again, thank you all for the tremendous outpouring of support. So many of you have reached out, and please know the simple texts, the comments on social media, the calls, unfortunately many of those have been missed and gone to voicemail. They have made such a difference for all of us. They help us get through each and every day. In closing, I would just say Godspeed, Tristan. Never above you, never below you, always beside you. Wishing you fair winds and following seas until we meet again. So, thank you.